host, John Phillips, and this week I'm joined by Ian Cropper and Eli Freeman as we talk about men's basketball. Guys, it's been a great week. We can't say that often this season, but it has been great. Let's talk about it. First, the Memphis game. We win our first televised game in the Super Pit. A little bit, people would say it's because of the free throws, but I think we deserve that win. What do you guys think?
I think overall it was a good game. It was nice to see the team step up, look like a team for one of the first times this season. Like we all know, they've had a little bit of a rocky start, but I really like seeing them work together, pull out this win.
Ian, how about you? How'd you feel about that game?
I also felt pretty good. It was just a nice, solid game on both sides of the ball. But again, that defense has been carrying us all season. And it showed up there scoreless in the final 2 minutes. That really just speaks for itself.
It does, but let's talk a little bit about that free throw difference. You know, we had 41 free throws. They have 15. Anytime the gap is that big in a game, there's going to be questions about the refereeing. Did you guys think that they called a fair game, or do you think that we got a little bit of home cooking in that game, Ian?
I think it was pretty fair. I mean, if you just look all around, we were the better team throughout most of that game. Sure, we got extra free throws, but all around, we were just better.
And this game, it comes after a win against UTSA, and then we go to we play Memphis, and it's a huge win. It's a momentum changer. I mean, what do you guys think that's going to do for the rest of our season? I mean, we already saw a win against Temple. Do you think we're going to continue that momentum, Eli?
I think team morale is a huge thing right now. I think there's this kind of tendency in college sports especially where you see a team fall apart early and then they never get back on their feet. I think this is going to be a really good opportunity for them to be like, hey, we can do this, and kind of get back on the horse and keep this momentum going, hopefully to the playoffs.
Yes, and those games will be important because all 5 of our remaining games are against conference opponents. But still, we are on that 3-game win streak, and our last 2 wins were over teams ranked more highly than us.
And that most recent win is versus Temple. You know, it was a huge comeback. It was a tie for a while. You know, I didn't think we'd bring it out, but we did. 13-point comeback. I mean, who stood out to you guys? What was the game like for you guys?
I mean, one player I need to highlight because we focus plenty on the stars, but we need to talk about E.J. Horton off the bench, the freshman guard who had 12 points, 10 of which were in the second half, and he logged more minutes than every player except the normal stars of Stevenson and Terrell.
When you can have shot making on a team that's been lacking all season, you know, we've said that's our biggest issue, the shot making. When you have a freshman step up and score 10 second half points in a game like this, I mean, that's huge. But what did you think about the Temple game, Eli?
I have to give E.J. Horton his flowers. 12 points, like you mentioned, and career best 4 rebounds, career high 5 steals. Just really solid game from him overall. But overall, like we've talked about before, I think I'll say this for any sport. Your team is only going to be as good as your defense. And if that's not solid, then there's no foundation for your team to stand on, and it's impressive.
That's fair, and a big part of that defense is the big men in the post, you know, and Dylan Arnett, leading scorer against Temple. I mean, did you guys expect that to happen or no?
I mean, he's just been electric all season. The team's leading scorer by a pretty considerable distance. But you also got to give credit to David Terrell Jr. He's kind of been an unsung hero all year. 3rd in the American Conference currently in assists. He's been that great running mate for Stevenson.
Yeah, I mean, Terrell and Stevenson wasn't our backcourt coming into the season, but for so far it's performed pretty well. But, you know, we have the rest of the season. It's big. We are on that bubble of the tournament right now. We're in the 9th seed. We're 15 and 11. Do you guys think that we're going to make it? I mean, do you think we have a shot?
I'm really hoping we'll make it. I'm hoping, like I said, this momentum will kind of be the little push that they need to get into the conference championship. I mean, it's coming up next month. I'm sure we'll cover it here thoroughly.
If UNT makes it.
If UNT makes it.
If not, we're not saying a word about that. I do not care.
If not, we're boycotting the American Conference Championship.
As we should, but Ian, which of these teams around the bubble, you know, with the Rice, ECU, all them, who scares you the most in the American?
I think South Florida is one to look at, but I think the key game for us is going to be our last road game of the season against UAB, because I think that'll tell us how far we go in that tournament, because they are pretty highly ranked, top 4 offense and middle of the pack defense, but still pretty good, especially compared to how often our offense has struggled sometimes. Sorry.
It feels like all the teams at the bottom of the American have struggled. You know, we've seen losses to ECU for all the teams at the bubble. We've seen losses to UTSA recently for Charlotte. I mean, if you lose to UTSA, your season is looking rough, but they still have a chance to make the tournament. I mean, do you think that any of these teams even deserve to make the tournament? Do you think they can make a run when we get to that tournament?
I'm not sure. I mean, getting out of the first few rounds is one thing, but actually winning it is another. I actually looked at all the tournament results. There have only ever been 2 times where a team that wasn't the 1 or 2 seed won the tournament. And that one of them was when UConn won it in 2016. They're not even a member of the American anymore.
And as you can see, we are in 9th place. I mean, that is not a spot you want to be with that, with that history. But I mean, Eli, do you think we can make a run? And if so, who's leading us on that run deep?
Hey, man. When I die, put the words "Go Mean Green" on my headstone. Listen, is it super realistic? Like, maybe not, like if I'm being an analyst. But as a UNT student, I'm hoping they'll make some noise. I'm hoping they'll, again, this just like that little push that I think they might be able to do it. I think they might be able to pull something off. We've seen UNT do historic sports feats this season alone. I mean, UNT football, like, why is it so out of the question for it to happen for basketball is all I'm saying.
Ian, do you think that there's been a lot of questions this season about Coach Robinson because he's had a shaky start, at least compared to Ross Hodge or Graham McCassin, which tough shoes to follow. Yeah. But do you think that he's the type of coach that can get the team firing when it matters, in those big moments? I
think so, and we've seen it. Like, the team has been getting momentum these past few weeks. Like, if we can keep that up, then it'll give me a lot of confidence in the coach going forward.
What about you, Eli? Do you have confidence in Coach Robinson going forward?
I do. I feel like one of the biggest things when you're coaching is being able to manage a team that is in a slump and isn't performing their best when it counts the most. And I feel like that's what he's done. They've managed the slump. This is the time of the season where how you're playing right now matters so much for the conference championship, for the playoffs. And so looking at this team right now, seeing how they're being coached right now at this very moment, I feel good.
They've definitely gotten hot, and one of those players that has gotten us hot is Jashawn Stevenson. We talked about EJ Horton. Yes, he stepped up, but we have to talk about Jashawn Stevenson. I mean, the man's our leading scorer for a reason. He has really stepped up in Will McClendon's absence. I mean, how big has Jashawn Stevenson been to this team's offense?
Absolutely huge, because our team has struggled a lot on offense, so having that one rock-solid starter every single game is a huge asset, especially since it is every single game. With that Temple game, he's had 16 straight games of double-digit points.
I mean, yeah, for a team that struggles scoring, someone who can consistently get you points no matter what, even if they have an off night, they get to the line or they make a couple shots, they get to that 10-point mark, that's huge for a team. But looking forward, I mean, we play a couple of those bubble teams coming up. You mentioned UAB is a big one, but Charlotte is right there with us on the bubble. I mean, that is a huge game to decide who makes the tournament. Eli, how do you see that game going versus Charlotte?
I'm a little nervous. Listen, I think Charlotte's a scary opponent, don't get me wrong. I think it's all going to matter mindset going into this. I think what is focused on in practice in these next few practices leading up to that game is going to be huge. Are you focusing on defense? Are you prioritizing offense? Are you planning on playing both sides of the ball at all times? Like what falls through? So I think what they focus on in practice is going to be the key to how that game goes.
That's fair. I mean, Ian, do you share those thoughts? Do you think that the game depends on practice?
It does depend on practice, but I'm not quite as, I guess, pessimistic as my co-anchor.
Listen.
It's going to be important, but keep in mind, Charlotte around our tier offensively, but much, much worse defensively. That is a clear advantage we have. Of course, it will be hard going on the road, but I do think we take care of business there.
That's fair, and we do have to mention Charlotte lost to UTSA. We've had some rough losses, we've had some rough games, but UTSA, that's a game that I don't even think we could lose. We beat them by 20 points just now, but
no matter what happens this season, we didn't lose to UTSA.
I mean, that's all we can say.
Yeah, I haven't seen a performance that bad against the Roadrunners since Wile E. Coyote.
Sadly, that is all the time we have for the season. Hopefully we can make the tournament. Next up, we'll be talking about women's basketball. Join me after this commercial break.
What's up? Nothing much. I'm really bored. I feel like there's nothing to do.
Are you kidding? The MRTS picture show is happening.
The MRTS what?
Come with me.
Okay.
It's a series of free film screenings right here on campus. And there's free popcorn.
Nice. Thank you.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
Welcome back to SportsZone. For some reason, Eli is still here, and we are also joined by William Taylor as we talk about, let's be real, the better team at UNT, the women's basketball team. They've been a little bit better this season, but they did fall short against Rice, 70-68. Rice is the top team in the conference, though. 17-game win streak. How did you guys feel about that tight loss to the Rice?
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead. I mean, it was a close win. I mean, it was a close loss. I mean, we played them tight. We were doing well. I mean, Megan Nestor had 14 points and 15 rebounds. She had 4 assists. I mean, Aisha Proctor really became alive in this game. She had 19 points as well. Although they did great, the team had 22 turnovers, which really hampered them in this loss. If they could have contained those turnovers, they could have easily won this game.
And it's tough because Megan Nestor gets you so many opportunities on the offensive boards, but then turning the ball over 22 times, Eli, that's just not a recipe for success. What are you seeing in these highlights that's making you think, gosh, I mean, we could have won that game?
I mean, it really comes down to those turnovers are brutal, but I do think there is a positive in all this. I think putting up 68 points against the best team in the conference on a 17-game win streak and coming that close to a win speaks for itself. I'm a firm believer that sometimes your losses matter just as much as your wins. And even though they turned over the ball 22 times, looking at this game, I saw a pretty solid team if you take that out of it.
And this is the second time we've played Rice so close. I mean, in Houston and in Denton, we are so close to beating them. If we match up against them in the conference tournament, because they are the #1 team, if we want to go to March, we will need to beat them. Do you think that a third matchup could go differently? Do you see us beating this team in a potential third matchup?
Oh, absolutely. I believe they can actually beat this team in the third matchup. I mean, they were only lost by 2 despite 22 turnovers. They were up at one point at the third quarter by double digits. I mean, it's self-inflicted, honestly. I think if they can clean up the turnovers and they get those late game execution right, they'll be able to win this game.
And I trust Coach Burden to do that, absolutely. I mean, he has been an elite coach since he's come to UNT. I mean, Eli, how big is it to have a coach who's every year setting win records, it feels like, for UNT?
It's huge. I think we see this a lot in pro sports where there's no trust in the coach from the athletes. There's no trust in the athletes from the coach. I think you have that trusting relationship, and this symbiotic relationship where you both believe in each other just matters so much to the success of the team. And that's what I've seen in this time of year.
Absolutely. I mean, I think in a third matchup we could beat Rice, but right now we have a game going on. We are playing UAB. We are currently up 52-35, and Megan Nestor on the verge of history. I know you talked to her, so give us a little bit insight to that, Eli.
Yeah, so I sat down with Megan Nestor yesterday.
Lucky. Everyone wishes they could be here right now. I mean, talking to the Megan Nestor, I mean, gosh.
Talking to the Megan Nestor. This is the second time I've talked to her this season. Fantastic. I mean, if you want to see more of that interview, shameless self-promo, it'll be live here, 6 p.m. on Thursday. But I talked to Megan Nestor. I talked to her about this historic season she's having. And, I mean, right now she's sitting 2 rebounds away. As we speak, sitting 2 rebounds away from breaking the all-time single-season rebound record for the University of North Texas. Incredible stuff. I asked her, I said, there's been a lot of buzz about you recently. A lot of people are saying you are the best player in the American Conference right now. How do you feel about that? She said, there's no reason I shouldn't be the best player in the American Conference. So I said, you are so right, girl.
That's the type of confidence you want from your star player.
We need that.
And I sat down with her. I sat down with Coach Jennings, who works with the forwards a lot, and that's what he said has been the the big difference maker he thinks for Nestor this season is her confidence. I mean, you go from Nestor not playing basketball a day in her life until she pulls up to Wayland Baptist. But like Coach Jennings said yesterday, shooters can shoot anywhere. You put someone who can shoot on any court and they're going to be able to shoot, and that's what she's proven here. And just her ability to rebound is just something so insane that I don't think can be replicated by any other athlete in college basketball right now.
I was gonna say it might have to be when you put rebounders on the court, they rebound. No matter where you put Megan Nestor, she is getting rebounds. And I mean, how big is having a player like Megan Nestor been for this team, William? How big is having a star like that?
Oh, it's really big. It allows teams to get second chance points, especially her offensive rebounding, which she is excellent at. That especially in the Tulane game. I mean, she had 28 rebounds, which 9 of them.
Say that again. How many?
She had 28 rebounds.
28
nine of which were offensive rebounds. Second chance points are everything. You're able to crash the glass, give teams an opportunity, give your players an open shot. That's what matters.
Especially in college basketball where so many players aren't great shooters, where there are so many missed shots, to have someone who's just dominating the boards like that, it's so huge to build that many opportunities. But we have a shot maker on our team. You mentioned her earlier, Asia Proctor. Talk a little bit about Asia Proctor for us.
Oh, Asia Proctor in these last few games has come alive. I mean, in the Tulane game, she had like 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals in that Tulane game. In the Rice game, she had 19 points. She has found her shot, and she is making it work. She is on right now, and I hope we can keep this up till March for the tournament.
Absolutely, and I mean, we're only 15-11 with this win over UAB if it holds, which is the same record as the men's team, but the optimism is a lot different, I feel like. I feel like the men's team, we're kind of already writing them off. This women's team, they have a real chance in the conference tournament, I feel like. I mean, how do you guys think they're going to do in the American tournament?
I mean, looking at it today, looking at the standings, they're currently tied for 4th in the American. So right now they are sitting in a spot, and it's looking good, I think. And Megan Nestor just broke the all-time record.
Congrats to Megan Nestor. I mean, officially now the all-time single-season record holder for rebounds for UNT. I mean, to have a record setter on our team, that's so huge for us. That is amazing.
Incredible.
It's incredible. And I think that Megan Nestor is going to be the driving force behind this team in March. I mean, and do you think that she's going to drive us far?
Oh, I think she's going to drive us incredibly far. I think as long as she keeps rebounding and giving the team second chance points, as long as Asia as well, she finds her shot and gets some bench help, gets some help from the bench like we've gotten from Andy Scheiser. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The Scheiser, as long as we get some bench help as well, I think this team will go very far in the tournament.
And I think that's something that's really good to speak to as well. I think a lot of people get caught up in the superstars. We get caught up in the Megan Nestor, the Asia Proctors, but you got to talk about the help from the bench. No team is going to go out there and get to the conference championships off the backs of Megan Nestor and Asia Proctor, as good as they may be. Even Asia Proctor is sitting at 14 points in this game currently. Big scorer, big hitter. It's only the 3rd quarter. But you got to talk about the support from the bench, and that's something that's been really solid this season.
That's fair, and I want to ask you, who has stood out? Pick one player from that bench. Who has been the star from the bench for you?
Honestly, as I said before, it has been Andy Scheiser. She's been consistent in these last few games. I hope that she continues to be consistent because this team does need her off the bench to give her the extra spark that they need.
That's fair. And so we talked about the turnovers against Rice for the reason we lost that game, But we have to admit, we gave up 70 points on defense for a team that is pretty good defensively usually. I mean, what do you think Rice took advantage of with us in that game? And do you think that we can fix that coming in the next matchups?
I think what Rice took advantage of, they also obviously took advantage of the turnovers,
of course, yeah.
The missed shots. I think they shot better from the line as well. From free throw line, they took better of fouling. We fouled a little bit too much this game. I think we need to tone it down a little bit. And they did the best they could. I think we still only lost by 2, which is very important. And as long as we keep that up, that mentality this team is beatable, that we can beat them, and we played them close, we can have a lead, and we can beat them, they'll be able to win games.
Completely agree. Eli, is there anyone else in the American that stands out as a contender for you, or is it just kind of Rice and everyone else,
It feels like Rice and everyone else right now. And we were talking about that game earlier, and I think when you're looking at the stats and you're playing that poor of a game and still only losing by 2, I think that really speaks to something. And I think that really speaks to the ability of this team to push the envelope and go as far as they can with it. I'm super excited for March.
That's fair. Let's dream a little bit. Let's say we win the American, we make it to the tournament. We're in there. We're playing a big team. Maybe at LSU or something in the first round. Do you think that Megan Nestor's size is a difference maker to where usually mid-majors struggle in the paint against these big teams? Do you think Megan Nestor could give us a chance against one of these top teams?
I've seen her play live, and boy, is that size a difference maker. You don't realize how tall she is until you are standing in front of her.
I bet.
She is so,
I believe it.
so tall, and it is just such a difference maker. Watching her, just something about her impact on the court. I think her presence. I've talked to Coach Jennings about this before too. He says her size makes a huge difference. And to quote him exactly, that's a big girl. You walk
You can't lie.
and people are intimidated by her. Her presence carries so much. If I have to say it, she has a lot of aura. Listen.
She does.
She does.
It's not even just the size, it's how she plays. It's just everything about her. She has so much aura, you can't lie.
Yeah. So I think it's a big difference.
That's fair. William, do you think she could lead us to wins in March?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Especially with her rebounds. She's leading the conference in rebounds. She's actually leading the NCAA in rebounds.
The country.
The country. All of the United States of America. She's leading with 14 rebounds a game. I think when a rebound is coming down, she's going to grab it. It's inevitable. It's honestly inevitable.
It's like seeing Steph Curry shoot a three. You just know that it's
You
going to
just
end
know
up
it.
where
You know he's gonna go in.
You know the
You know
outcome.
it.
It doesn't even matter. But let's get, one last thing. Let's get real predictions. Do you think we win the American tournament? Let's hear from you. Do you think we win it, or do you think Rice will be too much in that third game to overcome if we end up playing them? For real, let's be honest here. I know we want to say Mean Green no matter what. I know go Mean Green on the headstone. But do we believe?
I have a feeling. I truly do. This isn't just me blowing smoke. I truly have a feeling that if we face off against Rice again, it's gonna come out in our favor.
That's fair. William, do you think we could win that tournament?
I think we could. She's averaging. Aisha Proctor's averaging 20 in nearly big games, especially with 19 against Rice, 21 against Tulane. Nestor dominating the paint. It's inevitable. She's gonna get at least 15 rebounds, at least minimum. It's defensive toughness. They're a really good defensive team. I think, especially rebounding, steals wise. I think we just have to get the block shots up. If we can get more blocks, I think, and get more offense going from the bench, I think we can totally beat them.
Completely agree.
100%.
We will have to see tournaments coming up soon. Next block, we'll be talking a different UNT women's sports as we talk softball after the break.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DatQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DatQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DatQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DatQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my god.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our Mean Green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
Hey UNT students! Looking for creativity and inspiration? The UNT Union Gallery invites you to experience artwork at the art exhibit from your own talented Eagle artists. This free exhibit features a rotating selection of incredible artworks from talented Mean Green artists. Don't miss your chance to experience creativity up close. Stop by anytime during union hours. Want to hear more from the artist yourself? Join us at the Ask and Eat reception, where you can dive deeper into the creative process and enjoy a good conversation over a bite to eat. Don't miss the latest exhibit at the UNT Union. Immerse yourself in the art and be sure to explore the many other exciting exhibits rotating in throughout the semester.
Welcome back to SportsZone. It is your incredible host, John, and I am joined by Christian Bursich and Mauricio Garcia as we talk about softball. UNT Softball season is starting. We have our home opener coming up soon. So far, we're 2-8. We got to start with the rough. It's not great, 2-8. I mean, what do you guys think about the start of the season so far?
I mean, it's not a great start, but I mean, it is like the start of a new era with
Coach Cody White, yes.
Cody White, yes. I mean, new era for him. So I mean, he's played a lot in the D2 like arena as well, but I mean, it's a big jump from D2 to D1. You can't really complain, but I mean, like, what? I mean, you can't really like ignore what he's done so far.
I mean, yeah, he reached 500 wins with his second win with us. I mean, 500 wins as a coach, you can't deny that no matter what level it's at. But the start has been slow. But to be fair to him, I mean, we've played Texas Tech, we played McNeese State, we played Louisiana. I mean, these are top mid-majors and top teams in the country. Christian, what do you think of the scheduling strategy? Do you agree with what Coach White's doing?
Yeah, I think that it's just a tough scenario all around. I mean, the scheduling, you have to think like, these things take years to plan. Like the Tech game, like we played Tech last year. I'm assuming that was a deal we probably made with them in 2024. Let's play for the next few years. You know, like this program, our Mean Green softball team, we've been a good program historically. Like this year, you mentioned Coach White. This is his first year. It's kind of an adjustment period. Like Mauricio mentioned, he just moved up. This team, like half the team transferred. I think it's split perfectly evenly on half returning players, half transfers. So that's something that's going to take time. And I mean, you asked about the scheduling with that. Like I mentioned that to say that a tough schedule is something that going in, like we had high expectations, and I think we were kind of thrown out of left field. Coach DeLong's gonna leave. Here's Coach White, and then half the team transfers out. I think that's just part of it. I think we're still a strong team in the American Conference, and we had a schedule of thinking we were one of the best teams in the nation, and maybe we're not that, but I think that we still have a chance.
Yeah, the Coach DeLong leaving, I mean, it's a scenario that you don't prepare for, and the scheduling doesn't prepare you for it. So, I mean, we had the schedule ready to be, because last year, I mean, we started 8-2. We went 36-21. We were a top team in the American, and it hasn't started that way, but we have our home opener coming up soon against East Texas A&M tomorrow. Do you guys think we can get back on track with a win here?
I mean, with a win, you're going to get back on track no matter what. I mean, you got to take this mentality. It's a game on beforehand, you know. I mean, like, Christian, like, that's the mentality you have to go with, especially since you're a new head coach, D1 as well. I mean, like, that's what you just got to go with.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, like, really, about a win, East Texas A&M they're not a bad team, but it all comes down to our pitching. I mean, everyone at this level, they can hit a meatball right down the middle, right? I mean, if that's what our pitching staff keeps on giving them, then we're probably going to keep losing games. Our offense hasn't been bad. Matter of fact, our offense has been great, but it's hard to, even when you score 7, even when you score 7,
I don't know.
But I mean, we're scoring 4 or 5 runs a game. It's just a matter of we're giving up 10 sometimes, and that's not winning softball.
But I mean, like having a batting average as a team with like 200, but then also having a pitching staff giving like a 6-point ERA while your opponents are having a 3 and almost like a 300 batting average. That's something you can't really like just look forward to. That's something you really need to adjust as well. Like
this pitching staff has been really rough. I mean, 6 ERA. That's not something you want to see. Christian, Mauricio, do you think that this pitching staff is talented enough to turn it around, or do you think we're kind of lacking in that area?
I mean, we got to look back at Anderson's like hump day that she had whenever the coach did hit like 500 wins, you know, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 ERA, and 7 strikeouts on 7 innings pitching. I mean, like, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's talent right there.
But then, like, you know, just 2 more losses after that. But I mean, that's like the things that like we need. We need those sparks, especially with like, you know, this tough upcoming schedule. I mean, Christian, like, I mean, you just have to have those sparks.
No, I agree. I think that like you mentioned, Anderson and the talent. I mean, the talent is there. Our pitchers, we have the velocity. It's just right now the control hasn't been there, and that's all it boils down to. The talent is there. the stuff is there, but the pitches, they've been allowing a lot of walks, and walks turn into runs. Like that's just how it is. And
completely true. I mean, do you guys think that, you mentioned how it was almost 50-50 with players leaving and returning. Do you think that all this roster turnover, a new coach, do you think that is contributing to the control issues? Do you think that they're just getting used to the new scenario, new situation?
I do. I think that, like, baseball, softball, it's a sport of routines, right? And I mean, you got to think, like, a lot of these girls, they might not be warming up in the bullpen with the same catcher, and that could make a difference. Like, small things like that. There's an adjustment period with Coach White even stepping up for the first time. Everything about this team just screams adjustment right now. So I really do. I agree with you. I think that the roster turnover does play a big part in our struggles so
That's
far.
fair, and we have to talk about Coach White. We talked about him a little bit. He's up to 500 wins, a legendary D2 coach. But how do you guys feel about the hire? Because we're replacing a legendary coach, Coach DeLong, and he's making a big step up. Like you said, that's maybe can't handle that. How do you feel about it?
I mean, we just have to pull up his stats. I mean, just look at it. I mean, 10 NCAA tournament appearances in the D2 level. I mean, 4-time MIA Coach of the Years, and he's produced 77 all-conference players under him. That's something you just don't overlook, especially when you're a D1 program as UNT. I mean, coming in 498 wins on 171 losses. That is something you just don't overlook, especially you're trying to be a D1 or more prestigious. I mean, Christian, what do you think about these stats as well?
I mean, I agree, phenomenal. And you talked about those all-conference players. Instantly he comes in, and you look at our catcher, Elizabeth Moffitt, you look at Riley McNeemer, and those, Mauricio kind of argued when I said that the offense has been great, but undeniably those two have been our offense. And those two girls, they're definitely, if the season ended today, I mean, we haven't even played a conference game, but they would be all conference if based on all the rosters in our conference, and I think that they'll continue that. We'll get into playing our schedule so far. It's been a bunch of ranked teams. They might do better against the teams in the American Conference that don't have the rosters of a Texas Tech and the teams we've
Hopefully
played
they don't
so
have a
far.
roster of a Texas
Yeah,
Tech. We don't pray. But, I mean, you talked about the rest of the conference. How do you guys see us matching up in the American?
I mean, as I said before, 77 all-conference players, it's going to take time for them to be able to really hone in on their abilities, their skills. I mean, that's the one thing that I feel that they really brought them in, is to try and develop this team, especially with all the transfers, especially developing our young core, especially with signing 4 prestigious players from high school this offseason. I mean, that's what you want to see. I mean, you just want to see this team develop into the way that we were last year, It's not going to be the long team, though. It's not going to be the long team, but it's going to be a white team, a Coach White team.
A mean green team.
But I agree. I think that the best time to have one of these slumps, when you're in college baseball, college softball, the best time to have these slumps is at the beginning of the year. I mean, now we've seen the adversity. We've seen what our team can't do, what our team needs to work on. And it's best to know that now instead of knowing that in the middle of a stretch, Memphis, Tulsa, our conference rivals, where those wins really hurt. I think we'll be fine. I think we have a chance to win our conference. So I think that the pitchers, especially the pitchers on our roster, they can have a sigh of relief knowing that the worst days are behind them this season. From here on out, it's earlier competition, not as much velocity on the bats coming in, and I think that there's good things coming forward for this.
Please knock on wood behind you. Their worst days are hopefully behind them. We have to assume, but there's a lot of season left. Hopefully we get it started against East Texas A&M with a home opener win. That is all the time we have. Next block, we will be talking about the Winter Olympics. Join me after this commercial break.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DatQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DatQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DatQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DatQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Are you tired of seeing the same old city? You want to learn something and go overseas? Then study abroad with one of many UNT Study Abroad programs. You can find a Study Abroad office right here at Markey Hall, room 145.
My study abroad program left on me a great impression. We have a lot of different programs and it varies. We have faculty-led, affiliate, and exchange programs. When you're ready to leave for your study abroad program from UNT, you're going to go through pre-departure orientation and modules so that you are prepared.
The power to turn the world into your classroom is right here at UNT with our study abroad programs. Take flight and take in charge of your education.
Hey UNT students! Looking for creativity and inspiration? The UNT Union Gallery invites you to experience artwork at the art exhibit from your own talented Eagle artists. This free exhibit features a rotating selection of incredible artworks from talented Mean Green artists. Don't miss your chance to experience creativity up close. Stop by anytime during union hours. Want to hear more from the artist yourself? Join us at the Ask and Eat reception where you can dive deeper into the creative process and enjoy a good conversation over a bite to eat. Don't miss the latest exhibit at the UNT Union. Immerse yourself in the art and be sure to explore the many other exciting exhibits rotating in throughout the semester.
Welcome back to SportsZone. I'm your host, John Phillips, and I'm joined by Cooper Lyday and Bowie Devlin. We are talking about the Winter Olympics. You know, America has had a solid start. You know, we're in third place right now with the medal count. How do you guys feel about the Olympics so far?
I feel like they expected more. They definitely struggled, and they've done pretty good. They're in third place, slightly better than last year. However, I just feel like some disappointments, like Ilya Malinin, like just big disappointments.
That whole event was kind of a disappointment. The ice just seemed so, mushy. It was terrible.
It's like he's the quad god, you just expected. That's just kind of summarized like kind of what you expected from the U.S. this year.
Another person that we expected a little bit more out of, Chloe Kim. I mean, losing her event. I mean, 2 straight golds, going for a third, a historic gold. How do you guys feel about Chloe Kim failing on the halfpipe?
It's just the same feeling. It's like I just expected so much out of these. I was big on her, big on all these different ones. It's like just fell up short.
Yeah, even Amber Glenn. I mean, today she made a mistake in her routine and fell down to 12th place in her program. I mean, just rough stuff from a couple people. But there have been gold medals. Let's talk about the positives. Bowie, who has stood out for you as a gold medalist for the United States?
Has to be Jordan Stolz. I mean, he went on a crazy run. It's just something that really captivates the minds of our country and what we can show for that sport, and I just think it means so much to just the face of the Olympics.
2 gold medals for him. Talk about it.
Yeah, he broke records for both the 500 and 1,000 meters. First male skater, I believe, since 1980 to win a gold in both distances. It's outstanding.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
The person who stood out the most to me wasn't even a gold medalist, though. It's the Coreys in our curling team, the United States curling team. It's Corey and Corey. And they got us our first ever medal in mixed curling. I mean, whenever you can get a first in something, that's very impressive. We talked about a record, a first, it's pretty great. But we talked a little bit about how the United States has been disappointing this year. We're in third place. It's the same place as we were in Beijing. Do you guys think that we can improve with the rest of the Olympics? Do you think we can take a step up that medal table?
I believe so. I mean, still got the finals for men's and women's hockey. The women's team is on a roll right now. 4 straight shutouts. The men's team looks amazing. Hopefully going to sweep Canada in both. So I just think that, that's something else that they got to really focus on, because hockey is a main sport for the U.S. and then speed skating and men's figure skating are also pretty important too.
That's fair. I mean, do you think that they can improve?
I mean, I don't think they're going to fall back, but it's becoming a tougher and tougher hill to climb as they don't capitalize on the opportunities that they need to, and they're just kind of falling, in my opinion, too far behind Italy. And I do believe that they will beat the Netherlands and they'll separate themselves from there, but I think it's going to be a tough hill to climb if they do get second.
That's fair, and we have to talk about that field to climb. I mean, Italy is in second right now. They finished 13th in Beijing, 13th in the Beijing Olympics, and they're currently second. I mean, it is home cooking. They're in Milan. How big of a part do you think that being in Milan is playing for this Olympic national team?
I definitely think you got to recognize their skill, the preparation. You got to admit that. However, I do think it plays a big part from going from 13th to second. You got to admit they've been practicing on the different courses, Alpines. I definitely think it's a big factor.
That's fair. And then Bowie, number 1, Norway, a team that no one can ever catch any Olympics. It's always Norway number 1, whoever's number 2. I mean, do you think that ever we'll be able to catch Norway? Not even just this tournament, just ever in the Olympics?
It's going to take way much more effort than what we're doing right now. And even though we're putting in over 100%, Norway's still just on the top. So, I mean, it's just like, it'll eventually come and just when.
Yeah, that's fair. Cooper, why do you think that Norway has this unique advantage? Because, we see Sweden, we see Finland, they do well at these events. Switzerland even, they do well, but they aren't Norway. They aren't dominating the tables. Why do you think that they're number one?
I don't know. I mean, you can credit to being cold in Norway, but I don't know. They've just somehow found this just since 2018, I believe. They're about to be number one in medals back to back to back. It's just insane how just dominant. It's not even close.
I saw a very funny thing online. I saw that apparently Norway, like the Norwegian athletes, they say maybe we should, give a couple events to the Americans, give them hockey, give them those things, and not focus on them, or else they won't compete with us because they are so dominant. What does it do for the mentality of an American team to have a team you can't catch up to? I mean, they're not catching up to Norway. How does it do their mentals?
I think it would mess up with my psyche. It's it's just something I can never reach, and it's just messing with me. However, it could also fuel them. Just saying we need to be that dream team. We need to finally get that first for the country. I think it goes into a little bit of both.
That's fair, Bowie. I mean, which direction do you lean? Do you think that the Olympic team is being motivated by this, or do you think they're kind of looking like, what's the point? Why are we even trying to compete with this dominant superpower?
I would say motivated because that there's so many sports that the U.S. can really capitalize on. And, like you said with the Norway trying to give us trophies, or medals, we don't get given those, we earn them. It's not something that we just get given to. It's like we go out and we get that. For hockey, that's another thing. We're going to go and get those medals. We're not going to be given those. We're going to get them.
Absolutely. We are doing what we need to do to get those medals. Not all of the medals, but enough.
Yeah.
Are there any other countries in this Olympics that are, disappointing you or overperforming like Italy?
In my opinion, to bring up that home field advantage, China, they're around 13th, 12th place when they were third in the Beijing Olympics. And now that kind of makes you think in addition to that other home field advantage, you could see it as disappointing. However, that home field advantage just going from then now third to 12th, you got.
It's really interesting, Bowie, because you wouldn't think of these Winter Olympic sports like bobsled or any of these. You wouldn't think of them as the crowd impacting them that much. But as we're seeing with China, with Italy, it does. Why do you think that is? What is the crowd? How are they still being impacted so much by the crowd, even though it's not your traditional sporting event?
It's all just about mindset, and I feel like they aren't used to the crowd noise, so it's getting to their mental, because it's throwing them off their focus. If there was not that much crowd noise, I feel like they'd be more in sync, but the crowd noise is just kind of slightly throwing them off.
That's fair, and I think there's a couple more U.S. gold medals that we can talk about. Let's talk about, we got a bobsled medal, we got a mogul, skiing medal. How does it feel to get those medals and gold medals?
It's definitely important just to be able to be in the spot where we're at, especially after the struggling finish. However, I'm also interested in the upcoming gold medals that we could possibly get on both hockey teams, maybe some men's snowboarding. It's just all around those.
I think we have to talk about the hockey teams because, like you said, those are our best sports. I mean, do you think that they're both getting gold?
Definitely. Go USA, always and forever. I think that even down for the men's, the goalie, it's all important, and I feel like this is the year, run it back, get 2 medals, make a statement.
That's fair. I mean, a big part of that is the inclusion of NHL players. I mean, how big has that been for the United States at this tournament?
To have the best hockey players in the country, it's definitely huge, and that's why the women's have definitely been dominating men's as well. It's
That's fair. And women's hockey is a newer, phenomenon in the United States. Do you think that having the PWSHL and those women's hockey leagues developed in America is going to make us even more dominant at women's hockey, or do you think we're already at our ceiling with multiple shutouts in a row?
I mean, with as you said, it was newer, just more and more people. I think there's an incredibly high ceiling that we've yet to reach.
Wow. I mean, do you think that in the future maybe Canada won't even be able to compete with us in women's hockey, or is that a goal too high for you?
I think we're about to own Canada again. I think they're going to be our little son.
Oh.
So hopefully that keeps up.
That's fair. Are there any other gold medalists that you're looking forward to? Any other events that you're looking forward to?
I mean, like I mentioned, I'm definitely interested in the men's snowboarding and just finishing out these just men's hockey, women's. I'm definitely interested in. We'll be watching that.
That's fair. Men's snowboarding, hopefully it's a little bit better than Chloe Kim, and she still got the silver, and she lost to her mentee, which is a cool thing. You don't really get to do that, lose to someone that you mentored on the stage. How do you guys feel about that?
I think that point's definitely like, it's definitely bittersweet, but losing to your mentee, but
the teacher taking over, or the student taking over for the teacher, it's the classic saying. But I mean, so do you guys think the United States finishes in third? Do you think that we are stuck in our position, or do you think maybe Italy, as the tournament goes on and they get more, every team gets more used to the environment, do you think that we could perhaps catch up to them?
I think it's like a little too late for that, because I believe there's only about like a little less than a week left. I don't think US is going to be able to do enough with how consistently good Italy has been performing.
That's fair. I mean, we're talking about reaching Italy, but we're only one medal ahead of the Netherlands, ahead of Switzerland. Do you think that we'll be able to keep those teams behind us, or do you think we might slide down a little bit with the rest of the tournament?
I think we'll hold strong. I mean, obviously, like I said, hockey, I think that'll help out with the 2 golds, and then you got the figure skating, speed skating still, so I think that those will be a crucial part to that race.
That's fair, Cooper. I mean, do you think any of those countries can catch up, or do you feel pretty confident about that?
I mean, I feel pretty confident. Like, they're right there, but I feel like we can just get out of their grasp a little bit.
Especially because, like you said, we have hockey, we have speed skating, we have those events that are kind of our bread and butter, and I don't know if Netherlands has that event that they can rely on no matter what to get the win. I don't know. We'll have to see the rest of the Olympics to see if we can reach Italy or maybe fall down the medal table, but that's all the time we have for this block. Next block, we'll be talking about the NBA All-Star Weekend, so join me after these commercial breaks.
There's no harm in wanting to have fun while in college, but it's easy to lose track of how much you've had. Apps like Drink Control and Alkadroit can help keep track of your consumption and blood alcohol levels. If you or someone else does drink too much, the signs of alcohol poisoning are as follows: pale skin, vomiting, confusion, low body temperatures, irregular breathing, blacking out, and is hard to wake up or cannot be woken up.
Dude, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Wake up.
It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to be responsible. If you suspect someone is suffering from alcohol poisoning, get help immediately. You will not get in trouble for seeking help if you are underage. For more info and resources, go to UNT's Division of Student Affairs.
Are you tired of seeing the same old city? You want to learn something and go overseas? Then study abroad with one of many UNT Study Abroad programs. You can find a Study Abroad office right here at Markey Hall, room 145.
My study abroad program left on me a great impression. We have a lot of different programs and it varies. We have faculty-led, affiliate, and exchange programs. When you're ready to leave for your study abroad program from UNT, you're gonna go through pre-departure orientation and modules so that you are prepared.
The power to turn the world into your classroom is right here at UNT with our study abroad programs. Take flight and take in charge of your education.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Nice to see you up there. I'm your host, John Phillips, and I'm joined by Jeremiah Richards and Miguel Flores as we talk about All-Star festivities. Guys, the discourse around All-Star Weekend going into it wasn't the greatest, but how do you guys feel, starting with the three-point contest, how do you guys feel it went?
I thought the All-Star game was great, honestly. I mean, guys like Wemby came out and competed immediately. I mean, as soon as the ball got tipped off, he immediately buried Cade Cunningham in the paint and put a dunk on.
That's how it should be.
I thought it was great.
That's fair. How'd you feel?
I agree. I liked it this week. Sorry about that, but there's definitely some points that do need some renovation, I think.
That's fair. Let's talk about that three-point contest. I mean, Damian Lillard winning, he's off an Achilles injury. He hasn't even played this season. How do you guys feel? I mean, were you guys surprised by that winner?
Honestly, no. I mean, I was rooting for Concanipo, honestly, but I think Dame shot great. Wasn't any surprise, honestly.
That's fair, Miguel. I mean, were you expecting that coming off the Achilles injury?
Yeah, we were actually talking about this earlier. We were like, oh, bro, Dave's not going to do it, but I'm kind of shocked. I was on the same boat as Jeremiah. I thought Con was going to do it, but I'm glad he won it. I like Dame.
Yeah, and then the dunk contest. There's been a lot of talk about how this was the worst dunk contest, or beforehand how it was going to be the worst dunk contest field ever, but it was kind of, at least in my opinion, saved a little bit by Kashad Johnson. I mean, what did you guys feel about the dunk contest?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Dunk contest, Adam Silver, he has to take the dunk contest, grab it, wrap it up, spit on it, throw it away, roll the ball out there. I want to see a one-on-one contest, honestly. One-on-one, 3 dribbles, and the thing with the one-on-one contest is you don't even have to have crazy talent like with big names like KD. Like you could send guys out there like, let me see Keontae George versus Cam Thomas, or
I want
Rob
to see T.J.
Dillingham
McConnell
versus
cook someone.
Jeremiah Fears, like. Or heck, the Ball brothers might play. Like that puts butts on couches.
It does. I mean, do you feel the same way? Is the dunk contest just done now? Is it over?
Get rid of it.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
gosh.
I don't know if I should blame the 2016 contest for setting up my hopes high for the rest of my life. But year after year, it's been a letdown. I can make dunking Oreos and milk more entertaining.
That's
it
fair.
was a dance contest for him. I was just disappointed.
But like you said, that 26 contest, can we get rid of something that gave us Aaron Gordon versus Zach LaVine? Can we get rid of that?
Yes.
True.
If you guys think so, I mean, but moving on to the Rising Stars game, I mean, the format's a little bit different now. How'd you guys feel about that game?
I thought it was a great game, honestly. I love seeing the young talent like guys go out there and compete. It was pretty great.
That's fair. Do you think that maybe they're a little undeserved All-Stars? You know, like Ron Harper Jr. is now an All-Star. How do you feel about those guys becoming part of All-Star festivities?
I agree. I think the All-Stars are definitely a little undeserved, but it is what it is. It gets to showcase the young talent, so I'm down for it. I think I could get used to it.
That's fair. And then the big thing of the weekend, I mean, All-Star game. There's a lot of talk about that as well with dunk contests, as both of them should be gone out of here. But I'd say it kind of lived up or exceeded expectations. I mean, how did you guys feel about the All-Star game?
I was a critic of it beforehand, but once they got out, they got running. I think it was very competitive, seeing guys out there like Donovan Mitchell and Kawhi had a great game. And even with the format that Adam Silver did come up with, I like it because it makes you think about what's going to happen in 2028 when we take
Team
the
USA
team to the Olympics. Like, who's going to be our center? Like, you look at guys like Dern and Chet, you just think about who's going to be on the team. I thought it was great.
That's completely fair. Did you have that same kind of vibe out of that tournament?
I agree. At first, I was a little curious off the format, but I mean, that round robin stage was awesome. All the games coming down to a couple points in the final minutes and seconds of the game. I loved it. I mean, it felt competitive. Wemby brought it. Ant brought it. Kawhi dropping 31 and 12. That's just insane. So I loved it.
There were a lot of crazy performances, but who do you think was missing from the game? Because every year they're all-star snubs. I mean, who do you guys think should have made the all-star game that didn't? Jeremiah, let's start with you.
I'm going to say Michael Porter Jr. I mean, this guy's having almost a career year in every stat. Although his team does suck, you can't deny a guy having a career year, so I feel like he should have been in the game.
That's fair. Miguel, was there anyone else you felt like?
I'm off his coattails. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but MPJ definitely deserved it. I think he's a top 20 scorer right now in the league, so give it to him. I get he's on a bad team, but you can't put it on him.
And the team is so much better when he's on the court. People don't talk about that enough. You can be on a bad team, but if you make the team better when you're on the court, it doesn't matter. You're still winning. You're playing winning basketball. And I think MPJ was a big snub. I think snub for me, Derek White. I know that's some people wouldn't think that. I think Derek White has been the driving force behind the Celtics team. A lot of people say Jaylen Brown MVP shots. I think that's absurd. I think that's crazy. I would put Derek White over Jaylen Brown in the All-Star game. I think he's had a better season than Jaylen Brown, straight up. What do you guys think about that?
Definitely.
Do you guys agree?
It's a take. It's a take. I'll say it's
something
a
to
take.
hear for sure.
Are there any other All-Star snubs you guys have?
I would say Keontae George. I mean, his team's also not that great, but I've watched this guy play from high school to Baylor to now playing in the NBA. He's having a great year.
That's fair. We talked about showcasing those young players. Do you think Keontae George is someone who in the future is going to be a star? Do you think he's on that trajectory?
Absolutely.
That's fair. Do you agree? Do you think he's on that same trajectory?
I do agree, but I do want to bring up a snub, Mac McClung, for the dunk contest. He opted out because people were scared of dunking against him. What are we doing?
Dude, did you see his dunks online that he practiced for the contest?
Yeah, he would have won it. He would have won it.
I think Mac McClung would win. Basically, any year you drop him in, he's winning that dunk contest. How do you guys feel about Mac McClung competing? Because, he was in the G League. Sometimes he's not really an NBA player. Are you fine with that to elevate the dunk contest?
I don't hate it, honestly, but when it comes, I understand Mac McClung's he's a great dunker. Obviously, he's won it a few times, but you only see so much. You can only use a guy so much before it kind of gets old,
That's fair. In regards to that, Mac McClung not being in the NBA when he was in the dunk contest, I've seen some people call for, a celebrity dunk contest. Not a celebrity, but like an all-star one where you get, those elite dunkers from street ball. How would you feel about getting people not even involved with the NBA to try and elevate the dunking product?
anything better can beat what we just watched. Did you see Jackson Haynes, what he came off bat with?
Agreed.
That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. We were talking, you could do that in a rec gym.
It was awful.
It was bad.
I think 99% of the time, if you're thinking about putting a big man into the dunk contest, you should go, no way. Never put a big man in the dunk contest. It never works out other than Dwight Howard, I feel like. You want to see those small guys dunk. But, you mentioned a really interesting solution to the dunk contest, the 1v1 contest. We've seen that with Unrivaled with women's basketball, where they've had those 1v1 contests. And I can't lie, I've been tuned in like crazy. They have been super electric. How do you feel about that change, Miguel? Would you agree with a 1v1 tournament being implemented?
I would love that. And I'd like to see guys who are like super competitive, like Ant, go up there. I mean, just seeing that competitive nature in a 1v1 is awesome.
That's fair.
I love that.
I want to hear, who do you guys think would win that? Who do you guys think would be the number one 1v1 player in the league?
Well, I think it depends, honestly, because honestly, these days, basketball is clearly like positionless, so
fair,
you don't want to have a spot-up shooter going against somebody like Wemby or something.
Knipple versus Wemby.
It just wouldn't make sense.
That's fair, Miguel. Who do you think, is there anyone comes to mind immediately? That guy, he can hoop. He's going to win that tournament.
I got to glaze Luka here. I love that guy.
Oh,
so I'm going with Luka.
Of course. Doesn't have to pass the ball to his teammates, he'd be good.
He might need some free throws to win it, but we'll see.
Need a lot of free throws. Someone I want to mention also been in the news recently for reasons we won't say, Kevin Durant. I think he's a hooper. I think Kevin Durant is someone who, if you put him in a 1v1 tournament, he's kind of dropping everyone off.
Yeah. I love that.
But I want to hear, are there any matchups that, rivalries in the league that you think could be squashed during this 1v1 tournament? Are there any specific player versus player matchups that you're like, I want to see that in the tournament? Jeremiah, is there anything?
I'm a big fan of Shea versus Anthony Edwards. I love those two guys. I would love to see them compete against one another.
That's fair, Miguel. Any standouts for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ant would beat Shea. But as far as, I'd like to see...
Disagree.
I'd like to see my boy Wemby go against Chet Holmgren, just to see him really get his anger, I think.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I think some people say it's not a rivalry, but Chet has a ring and Wemby doesn't, so I think it's definitely a rivalry. Yeah. And I would love to see that on the court. But I also kind of want to see some players like you mentioned, I think a Cam Thomas, he'd be perfect for this tournament. Someone who maybe in the league, his role isn't as defined, he's not as, locked in, but in a 1v1 tournament, Cam Thomas is getting buckets. So I really would want to see someone like that. Any last thoughts on the All-Star weekend as a whole, or do you think we've covered most everything you'd say?
Yeah,
that's fair. So let's move into the second half of the NBA season. We're getting to crunch time. It's getting time to postseason. I mean, who do you guys see as your title favorites? Who do you think could reach that Larry O'Brien at the end of the season?
I'm not going to say I'm biased or anything, but I'm a big fan of OKC. So I think when these guys make shots, this team is so dangerous. And obviously you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is the MVP at the helm, at the head of the helm. So I think with them leading the pack, I think they could go anywhere.
Miguel, I have to say, I think I saw a little bit of disagreement there. Do you not think that our king, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is the MVP?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Shai's not the MVP. He doesn't need it again. I don't think he does. I'm going to go with Luka. Hear me out. He is number 1 in scoring. He's top 3 in assists. He's rebounding. I think he's like top 20 as well. He's getting it. And if anything, Shai has proven that someone could get MVP by going to the free throw line. Luka's going to the free throw line a lot. Give it to Luka.
Luka is so much more egregious with his foul baiting than Shai. I don't care. People say Shai's the worst in the league. Luka is worse because he cannot create separation. I look at him this year. He plays fat. I hate to say it. He said he was getting skinny in the summer, but he plays fat. He can't create separation on the perimeter. He can't get to the rim. He's not. Dude, if you compare Luka highlights now to Mavericks' early highlights, Luka was slamming stuff. He was dunking that ball, and now you look at him. Has he dunked the ball once in LA? Do you guys think?
I think he has like 1 or 2 on
maybe
fast
one,
breaks.
maybe one. This guy just has lost so much of his athleticism. Where I think that Shai has been so much better than this year. Someone I would give a shout before I'd give Luka one. Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers' turnaround this year has been absurd, and I think Kawhi Leonard has arguably been the best player in the league since maybe Thanksgiving. Is there anyone else you guys think stands out as an MVP favor?
No, but I like your take. I think if Kawhi could continue, if he could do what he did in the All-Star game, continue that,
Yeah, absolutely. And there's also been a lot of talk about Jaylen Brown. A lot of Bill Simmons, a lot of those media personalities are saying that Jaylen Brown might be the MVP for them this season. How do you guys feel about Jaylen Brown MVP talks?
I mean, John, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the best player in the world, and I just don't think anybody could beat him.
That's fair. Speaking of beating, I mean, we're looking at these title favorites, and we're seeing Detroit on these lists. We're seeing the Knicks on these lists. I got to be walk through some of these. Tell me about the Detroit Pistons. Why do you think they're title contenders?
I like the Pistons, and they kind of have a unique play style. It feels like they're very defensive. They're very gritty. I like watching them play, and they're just, Yes, they do have a weaker schedule. It is the East, but if you look at all the games where they've played against, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Nuggets, they have a winning record against all these teams. I'm giving the Pistons a serious shot to win the chip.
That's fair. And then the Knicks. I need to hear about the Knicks because I don't know if I trust Jalen Brunson as a playoff player. I mean, sell me on the Knicks. Why do you think they're title contenders?
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's ridiculous. I feel like Jalen Brunson can lead that team, and then again, they're playing in New York City, so the atmosphere is gonna be there regardless.
I mean, that's fair. I think that my Eastern Conference favorite might be the Celtics, even without Jason Tatum, with how they've been playing this year. We'll have to see, though. There's a lot of season left. Hopefully the Thunder do win it, because I'm also a Thunder fan. That's all the time we have for this show. Join Steven on Thursday and me next Tuesday, as this is the end of SportsZone. Have a great day.